So let me guess, you're here because you wanted to build a PC. And you were like, 4090, sounds good. You went right to Amazon and searched it up, but then, oh, wait, what is this? $3,000? Used? How is this even legal? Okay, calm down, stop hyperventilating. Alright, it's fine. Okay, it's all good, because... Alright guys, so this is my solution. Yup, this right here. This is an RX 6600 XT. It packs 8GB of RAM, and it's an AMD card made in 2021. Without further ado, let's get into some games. Alright guys, so the first game we're gonna benchmark is an easy to run 2D game, Hollow Knight. Alright, so as you can see, we're getting around 300 frames per second right now. And let me run around a little, just make sure it's not just a one-time thing. Yes, it's running quite well. Yeah, if you want to play this type of game, this is definitely possible. It's actually, yeah, this looks very good. If I turn frame generation on, I'll get even double the frames I'm getting right now. So, for any 2D game, I'm using Hollow Knight as an example here, as you can see, you can definitely play with the RX 6600 XT. Alright, time to move on to some more demanding games. Alright guys, so next up is Tabs, our totally accurate battle simulator. So this game is 3D, so of course it will be a little bit harder to render, but depending on the size of a fight, it'll run better or worse. So now in a really small fight, I'm getting around 140 frames per second. But here, let me show you what happens when I make like a really big fight. So let's just grab a few of these guys. Alright, so now you're gonna see, yeah, it's like 40 frames per second now. It's not harder to run, but still, this is definitely possible. I don't know what size of fights you want to make, but if you're just trying to play this game, make a few simulations, it's definitely good. Alright guys, so next up we have Fortnite. So this is a very popular game, I know, and it is the first competitive esports title that I'll be testing. Alright, so if you notice, in the starting lobby here, we get a consistent 120 frames per second, no drops, GPU, and a good, okay, well, it just dropped to 98 for a second, went over 120 and I didn't even know that was possible. Alright, so we're loading into the match, and this is usually the laggiest part here. So we will see how that runs. Let's let this connect. Alright, yeah, so we are getting about, let's see, if we stand still, about 120, but with some lag spikes. So this is this is Fortnite, so the 1% lows and such are pretty low. If I'm building, yeah, I've got some lag. This is the laggiest part of the game, so, I mean, there is that. But I think, yeah, I mean, let's see when we're on the bus. So it went all the way up to about like 170 now that everything is rendered in. Wow, so on the bus, we're getting like 600. So let's jump off. So I think this is the laggiest part in-game around. When we were like off the bus, we're not on the ground, and we're still getting around 275, 300 frames per second. So let's land there. Let's see. So there are some small stutters. Oh yes, also by the way, this is on performance mode. These are all very low settings. You're not gonna be able to you're not gonna be able to put your settings all the way up and get the same performance. So we're still getting around 240. Yeah, we're out of ammo. Alright, so yeah, we're still getting around 250 frames per second. This is running really well so far. Yeah, I think this is very playable. Once it loads in, it's great. It stutters a little while it's like getting in, but once it's rendered in, it's rendered in. And it's running pretty well now. It looks like we're averaging around 250 with a few lows. So yeah, if Fortnite is your thing, the RX 6600 XT could definitely be the card for you. Let me just play for a few more minutes to see if there's any frame drops, but I don't think so. Yeah, this is running really well. Actually, let me see. While I'm shooting, yeah, the frame rate is around the same actually. And then let me get into a fight and see if that drops the frames at all. So maybe having it. Yeah. Yeah, so the FPS didn't really drop, so let me just do some building out in the lobby, see if that drops it at all. Not in the lobby, what am I saying? In the game. You know, this is running well. Yep, this is good. Yeah, it runs well. Fortnite's your thing. RX 6600 XT is definitely for you. Alright guys, so for our last game, we're going to be playing Counter-Strike 2. So, let me get into a match and show you how it runs. Alright, so let's auto-select, and using the console, I should be able to show you my frames. But yeah, when you look at that, so we can see the frames now. It's running at, I don't know if you can see it too well, but it's running at around 100 to 220 frames per second. I would say it's averaging around 180, but let's see if there's any lag spikes once you get into a fight. So let's... I have no ammo. Well, I died here, but yeah, so around 150 frames per second, so you won't be experiencing any stutters on Counter-Strike whatsoever. Alright guys, so in conclusion, all you need for gaming in 2025 is an RX 6600 XT. This is a great budget option for only about $100 to $200. I picked mine up for $180 on eBay. So if you don't have enough money to afford more expensive cards like the 4070 or even 4060, this is always a great option. And I thank you for watching, and if you found this helpful, please help out a small channel and like and subscribe. Thank you.